From Zara, Holland, losing her Miss Great Britain crown while she was still in the villa, to Adam Collard running through 4 women so methodically that a domestic abuse charity felt compelled to issue a public warning to the nation. These are the Love Island contestants who didn't just make headlines, they made history. Number 10, Jonny Mitchell, Season 3 UK, The Feminist comment. Jonny enters Season 3 coupled with Camilla Thurlow, one of the most universally liked islanders the show has ever produced. The pairing works until Jonny opens his mouth about feminism. He tells Camilla, directly, that he thinks feminism is pretty much pointless. Camilla, a humanitarian who has worked in conflict zones, responds with composure that makes Jonny look worse by comparison.
You're a feminist, aren't you?
Shouldn't we all be feminists? Surely you believe in equality.
Oh, I believe in equality, but I feel like feminism believes in almost like inequality.
Absolutely not.
The villa shifts. The audience shifts faster. Women's Aid doesn't issue a statement, but the internet does, immediately and at volume. Jonny then dumps Camilla and kisses Tyler Carr minutes later in front of the entire villa, which manages to be even worse than the feminism comment. Jonny doesn't rank higher because his controversy is verbal. What ranks above this gets physical, legal, and institutional. This is where bad opinions end, and real-world consequences begin. Number 9, Zara, Holland, Season 2, UK, The Crown. Zara enters Season 2 as reigning Miss Great Britain. She shares an intimate moment with Alex Bowen in the hideaway. While she's still in the villa, isolated, no phone, no access to the outside world, she is stripped of her title. She finds out after leaving. 20 days of not knowing a decision about her public identity has already been made and announced, while she had no way to respond. The Miss GB organization cites a clause forbidding intimate activity on air. Zara is 20 years old. The controversy isn't what Zara does, it's what gets done to her while she can't defend herself. The format's isolation becomes a weapon wielded by people entirely outside it. But while Zara's controversy is manufactured by institutions, the next entry manufactures her own in under 24 hours. Number 8, Malia Arkin, Season 2, UK, 24 hours. Malia enters as a bombshell on day 7, goes on a date with Scott, Katie's partner. That same night, Katie spills wine near Malia's leg. Malia doesn't accept it was an accident, a screaming match, a physical confrontation, security. Removed within 24 hours. 2 records that still stand. Shortest stint ever, and first Islander physically removed from the show.
Did you do that on purpose? If you want to speak to me, come in there. Because you don't do that on the first night. You don't do that with me. Not at all.
Right, listen. I swear to God, I wouldn't fucking get around you. That's a fucking joke. Do you honestly think I'd mix my wine?
ITV tells her she won't be let back. She goes home, gets trolled relentlessly, has drinks thrown at her on nights out, and spends months too depressed to leave the house. All for 60 minutes of television. The format hands volatile people a pressure cooker and acts surprised when it boils over. Malia is the most extreme example of what that equation produces. This ranks at 8 because the controversy ends with her removal. What ranks above this plays out over entire seasons. This is where explosive exits end and slow burn scandals begin. Number 7, Yulissa Escobar, Season 7, USA, Episode 2. Yulissa makes it to Episode 2. Resurfaced videos of her using racial slurs in 2 separate podcast appearances reach the internet while she's still in the villa.
Perfect, but that's it. Like, now I'm fucking my he's mine.
Production pulls her. The narrator announces her exit with no explanation.
Welcome back to Love Island USA. Yulissa has left the villa. The Islanders are waking up minus Shelley and Nick, who vanished into the hideaway with their bombshells.
She later posts a TikTok breaking down her last day, thinking she was heading to a confessional, walking into a producer meeting instead. She captions it, "Plot twist. I wasn't dragged out in the dark. I walked out in broad daylight, head high, lashes on."
Basically, I had gotten called to the front. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a confessional, or I was going to the beach hut, whatever you guys want to call it. I thought it was one of those things. And then I met with one of the producers and they asked me to take my mic off. They didn't really tell me anything. They just said that, you know, a video resurfaced the internet and, you know, it's not looking too good.
The controversy isn't just what Yulissa said. It's what her removal, and the one that immediately follows it, reveals about a casting process that apparently didn't catch either situation before the cameras started rolling. This ranks at 7 because Yulissa's exit is abrupt, but clean. What ranks above this lingers inside the villa for weeks. Number 6, Cierra Ortega, Season 7 USA, The Late Removal. Cierra makes it deep into Season 7 before a resurfaced social media post containing a racial slur ends her run. The narrator cites a personal situation. Everyone watching already knows what happened. What makes Cierra's removal more damaging than Yulissa's is the timing. Yulissa goes in episode 2. Cierra goes deep into the season, after weeks of audience investment, after Nick has built an entire journey around her. The longer the show runs before catching it, the more the casting process is implicated. Cierra apologizes after leaving. Her family receives death threats. ICE gets called on her relatives. The internet's response to her racism becomes its own separate controversy about proportion and cruelty. 2 removals for the same reason in the same season asks a question the show still hasn't answered. What exactly is being checked before these people get on a plane to the villa? This is where individual controversy ends, and institutional failure begins. If the moment you've been waiting for hasn't shown up yet, it's coming, because this is where the list stops being about drama and starts being about the moments that actually changed what Love Island is. If you're a fan who remembers exactly where you were when these aired, make sure you're subscribed, because the top entries aren't just the most shocking, they're the ones that broke something that never fully got fixed. Number 5. Huda Mustafa, Season 7, USA, Hurricane Huda. Huda enters Season 7 USA as a single mother looking for a partner and a stepfather for her daughter. She couples with Jeremiah on night 1. They close off immediately. Then America votes to recouple Jeremiah with bombshell Iris.
America has voted, and the boy they want you to couple up with is Jeremiah.
What? Okay, that's messy as f. What the f? That's crazy.
And Huda unravels. She alternates between eerily calm and full eruption, lashing out at Jeremiah, confronting Iris, creating an environment that has the other islanders physically tiptoeing around her. Hannah Fields nicknames her Hurricane Huda. Fans call for production to remove her. The show keeps her in. She makes the finale. She and Chris become the first couple in franchise history to break up during the final episode itself, on stage, in front of the live audience. Huda ends Season 7 as its most followed islander. The villain edit becomes a brand. That outcome is either a redemption story or a cautionary tale about what Love Island rewards, depending entirely on which episode you stopped watching. This ranks at 5 because Huda's controversy stays within the format's boundaries. What ranks above this breaks through them entirely. Number 4. Faye Winter, Season 7, UK, 24,763 complaints. During Casa Amor, Teddy stays completely loyal. None of that matters when Movie Night airs a clip of him telling bombshell Clarice he finds her attractive.
If I said, like, come and stay with me, what would you say?
I would say I'm not sure,
Okay.
because, you know, love's been in the air.
Fair enough.
There's sexual attraction. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that realises that in this conversation right now. And it's a problem.
Faye goes off for an hour, 57 F words, calls Teddy a prick, gives him the middle finger, goes after anyone who intervenes. Teddy doesn't raise his voice once. 24,763 Ofcom complaints overnight, the highest single episode total in show history. Women's Aid issues a statement. Ofcom dismisses them, ruling the content was within viewer expectations. That ruling is its own verdict on what the format expects. After leaving, Faye speaks openly about the agoraphobia, the exposure therapy, the moment she saw the complaint number, and it broke her. The controversy isn't just what Faye did to Teddy, it's what the show did to Faye, broadcasting someone's worst hour to millions without a single intervention, then leaving the internet to handle the consequences. This ranks at 4 because Faye's controversy produced a reckoning. What ranks above this produced nothing. This is where records end, and consequence-free begins. Number 3. Belle Hassan, All Stars. Season 3, Hurricane Belle. Belle enters All Stars paired with Sean Stone. The connection looks real until Sean gets close to Lucinda Strafford. Belle escalates publicly, then sustains it, day after day, until the entire villa picks a side. She doesn't explode once and recover. She maintains.
Because that's like, wow, and you stood by me and rah. You're full of shit, I don't want to fucking hear it, you're insecure, and now we all know.
I'm going to say how I feel now because you've just shouted at me for the last
I'm not
fucking
shouting,
4
you're just
days.
far away, sweetheart.
I felt like that in that moment with you.
I couldn't give a fuck.
I can't lie, in that moment.
Don't shout, don't raise your voice too much.
I can't get a word in anyway.
You look like an idiot, look at you. What if she's there with someone else and then all of a sudden you jump?
I am genuinely sorry that it didn't work, but like I can't help how I feel, Belle.
No one cares that it didn't work.
Sean!
The campaign runs so long that Lucinda, who enters as the polarizing one, becomes the person the audience rallies behind. Reviewers use the word bullying. Belle's own father calls during the video chat and tells her to stay out of people's lanes. She cries, goes back into the villa, keeps going. Lucinda's family posts a public statement asking for kindness. Belle's family posts one asking for the same. 2 families issuing statements about online abuse, because one Islanders' vendetta ran long enough to implicate everyone watching it. This crossed a line the format couldn't come back from. The fandom still hasn't fully moved on. This ranks at 3 because Belle's controversy stays emotional. What ranks above this gets legal, cultural, and permanent. Number 2, Adam Collard, Season 4, UK, Women's Aid. Adam moves through Kendall, Rosie, Zara, and Daryl in sequence, not with the uncertainty of someone genuinely confused, but with method. Each woman receives the full version of Adam right up until a better option walks through the door. Rosie confronts him. Adam tells her she's being too emotional. Women's Aid issues a public statement naming the behaviors: gaslighting, emotional manipulation, control, without naming Adam. They don't need to. The entire country is watching the same show. First time in franchise history, a domestic abuse charity responds to a contestant in real time while the series is still airing. The show gives Adam a consequence-free edit, then brings him back for Season 8. That decision is its own verdict on what the franchise learned. This crossed a line the format couldn't come back from. The fandom still hasn't fully moved on. Not because Adam was uniquely monstrous, but because the show handed him a platform and 0 consequence. This sits at 2 because Adam's damage belongs to 1 season. What sits above this spans 2, and gets worse the second time. Number 1, Katie McDermott, Season 2 and Season 10, Lightning Strikes Twice. Season 2. Katie is volatile and directly involved in the altercation that gets Malia physically removed. She shouts, "You're a cut" at Scott as he leaves on a date. The show moves on. Season 10. Katie returns claiming maturity. Immediately targets Molly Marsh's partner Zach, the moment producers hand her an open steal. Molly gets dumped.
The boy I would like to couple up with is Zachariah.
That's not easy.
Sorry. Oh, hard.
Katie goes on podcasts calling her fake, while Molly can't respond.
If someone's asking who's fake, then yeah. And then the Molly thing, I just said that she wouldn't dare say that to my face when I left.
The Mitch Taylor feud follows her out of All Stars. Homophobia allegations, dropped by management, ejected from a party. 2 villas, same pattern. The audience clocks it faster the second time. What 2 seasons confirm is something the show has never reckoned with. Bringing back a contestant with a documented history of volatile behavior isn't a second chance. It's a production decision, and the people who pay the price are never the producers. Not because Katie is the worst person Love Island ever cast, but because she's the clearest proof the show knew exactly what it was getting, and said yes. Twice. The fandom still hasn't fully moved on. This is where it stopped being entertainment and started being something else entirely. What Katie's 2 seasons prove isn't that some people never change. It's that some shows never learn. And the contestants who pay for that lesson are never the ones making the casting decisions. These were the most controversial Love Island contestants ever. Which one do you think the show should never have invited back? Drop it below. The next list might be built entirely around your answers. Subscribe to Island Tea if you're still not done processing what this franchise does to the people inside it. Click here to watch Biggest Villains in Love Island history. It hits just as hard.